advanced the demands with cannon shot, and our flag still waves proudly from the walls. I shall never surrender nor retreat.
Remember the Alamo. The very words that conjure up heroic visions of troops scurrying with rifles and the flag flying the renowned Lone Star in the winter sun, an image still burned in the hearts of today's Texans. However, today we're going to be discussing the Texian Revolutionary Army, the army of citizens, as well as rebels. The commander-in-chief of the Texan army, who was eventually the president of Texas Republic or the leader of the regular forces, would frequently hold the rank of Major General. Its most well-known leaders were Edward Burleston and Sam Houston, and they would be responsible for managing all Texas volunteer troops, internal affairs, and departments of war. They would designate 4 aides-de-camp, a surgeon general, an adjutant general, and a quartermaster general, and its insignia would be similar to the US lieutenant generals during the Civil War, but would be 3 silver stars on a shoulder board lined with gold. Within the army, the brigadier general would command a brigade or division if he possessed exceptional leadership skills. They would serve as a commander of regular troops, a senior staff office, or be just again direct field commanders, and it would later be held by Confederate General Albert Sidney Johnston during the Civil War. And the rank insignia would be 2 silver stars on the shoulder board, similar to the Major General of the United States. The colonel would be in charge of an army regiment or a volunteer militia group like the Minutemen or Kentucky Mustangs, and the size of these regiments isn't exactly known and would change frequently throughout the war, and they would be recognised by 2 sets of triple-crossed arrows with a star in the centre rimmed with gold. The lieutenant colonel would be in command of a battalion, and similar to its superior, it may also hold a post of administration, and its unit size would vary throughout the war, and it could be recognised by 2 sets of double-crossed arrows with a star in the centre rimmed with gold. The major would be in command of a battalion. Again, like its superior, the size of its battalion would change, but it may hold a post of administration such as a camp command or a station command, and it could be recognised by 1 arrow on either side of a star in the centre rimmed with gold, as you can see on screen. The captain oversaw a company of around 3 platoons made up of 3 lieutenants, 4 to 6 sergeants, and a number of corporals similar to that of the US Army, and would oversee normally either a camp command, station command, or any other staff office, and it would be identified by a lone silver or gold star bordered rectangularly by gold, with silver or, gold 2 bars on either side. A platoon of approximately 30 soldiers consisting of multiple squads under the direction of sergeants would be commanded by the first lieutenant, and it would be identified by a lone silver or gold star bordered rectangularly by gold or silver with a bar on either side that was again gold or silver. The second lieutenant would really oversee a sort of deputy platoon command, with him being a trainee lieutenant or a trainee platoon commander, and it would be identified by a lone silver or gold star bordered rectangularly by gold or silver. The Texas Army's closest equivalent to a sergeant major during its existence was the staff sergeant, whose primary responsibility was to serve as the main channel for information between company level leaders and troops and non-commissioned officers. It would also be crucial for him overseeing troop gear, resource management and drilling for troops beneath him. It would be the company's highest ranking sergeant, and there would probably be 1 or 2 per company. The emblem would feature 3 chevrons facing either upward with an arc arrow below it or above it, and it might be coloured gold, silver or black depending on the branch of service and the uniform worn. The administrative responsibilities of a first sergeant in a company would be enhanced because, in addition to having field command, they were also expected to keep track of troops under their supervision's records, allowances, equipment and other necessities. It would be similar to that of a quartermaster sergeant as well. The insignia would be identified by 3 upward-facing chevrons with a horizontal bar below for cavalry, and 3 downward-facing chevrons with a horizontal bar for infantry or artillery, and its colour could change depending on uniform and again branch of service. The sergeant's duties would be to lead a squad of 4 to 6 soldiers, although this would change, typically found in a platoon under the leadership of first or second lieutenant. Depending on the branch of service, the insignia would have 3 chevrons either facing upward or downward that might be made of gold, silver or black depending on the unit, the clothing, etc. The corporal role would be to act as a subaltern or assistant to the unit sergeant on the battlefield, depending on the branch of service. Insignia would have 2 chevrons facing upward or downward, made of gold, silver or black, depending on branch of service and the uniform worn and the unit. The rank of Lance Corporal was actually just a cavalry rank within the Texan Army, but it was still used in the US Army until 1920, but was changed to Private First Class later on, and its role would be that of senior private, with the existence of a corporal or sergeant duties. Depending on the branch of service, well, in this case it would just be cavalry, the insignia would have 1 chevron facing downward or upward. It would change on every unit, but it would be made of gold, silver or black depending on the uniform. I don't have to explain private, you know what a private is, either a cavalryman, musician, bombardier, whatever. It's the lowest position one can have within the army, and it's volunteer divisions, and it would frequently lack a standardised uniform until later in the war, and it would have no insignia, so you could probably tell who the privates were. Well, I hope you enjoyed today's videos, guys, as much as I enjoyed making it. Sorry, I'm a little bit ill today, but yeah, I really hope you enjoyed it. I thought this one was quite fun to make. I found it really interesting. Please let me know if you want me to do more of this kind of frontier stuff. I do enjoy it. Please like and subscribe. Leave a comment if you want. Please leave a like or dislike. I just want your honest opinion. And I'll see you in the next video.